We are rolling.
Good morning. Welcome back to the conversation. This is Midlife Crisis Activities. This is our lifestyles and pop culture webcast, our daily shout out to the world. I'm your host, Patrick Russell, and over there is my very vivacious producer, Veronica. Together, we're here to lend our voices to the noise from a multi-generational perspective to help explain everything that's right and wrong in this world. Happy Hump Wednesday to you, Veronica.
Happy Wednesday.
You know, I just have to ask, is Simon Cowell an idiot, hard-headed, or just plain stubborn, or just all of the above? So he has now fallen off an e-bike not once, but twice, that has caused major injury. Just reported that Simon Cowell, the Americans Got Talent and music mogul, has suffered yet another accident off of one of these e-bikes. And these things aren't really toys, right? I mean, they can get up to 20 miles an hour, right? And of course, if you're driving in wet conditions, which according to a source on the magazine story suggested that it was really wet and there was a lot of wet pavement that he was driving through and completely slipped. The tire slipped from underneath him. Apparently he actually careened off of the handlebars of the e-bike and flew off again, landed onto, of course, the curb and ended up having blood everywhere as well as a broken arm. Now, this is 18 months after, I should say, from another major accident that he had where he, once again, crashed on an e-bike, had major back injury to the point where he had to have surgery to repair 6 different pieces of his back that was broken and had to be put back into place. They even had a steel rod inserted in order for the healing to take place, which you have to imagine took many, many months of being in traction, immobilized, stuck in bed, and yet, even after all of that, he still has the guts to get back onto an e-bike, and apparently, very tragically, had to learn the lesson the hard way. Maybe he should stick to vehicles that have 3 wheels or more. But from a younger generation's perspective, Veronica, slip yourself into Simon Cowell's shoes. Could you ever see yourself after a major back injury and surgery and rehabilitation? Could you ever see yourself having the guts, I should say, to jump back onto another e-bike?
Well, first of all, I want to refresh what e-bike is. So it's basically a bike, but it's electrical, right?
And yeah, it's got a little bit of a motor that can actually propel
like
you. Yeah, it's
bike.
a self-propelling bike that can get up to about 20 miles an hour, right?
Okay, well, I just wanted to clarify that because I only heard bike. So I'm like, is that a regular bike? But it's an e-bike, which is electrical. Well, he's 62 years old, and I cannot believe that he's going on this journey again. I mean, he's not 20. And even if he was 26, he's 62 years old. And maybe at some point, this is going to be the end of him. You
know, I think his love for e-bikes will probably be the death of him. I mean, well, okay, so now here's the magic question now. What about now? After his second major injury, could you ever see him having the guts to get back on one again?
I think so, because if it was me, just like if I had an accident one time, that will probably stop me not to jump into a bike again or any type of motorcycle or whatever. So I don't know, I think he's looking for something excited to do, and maybe that's the way of him feeling alive again.
You know, that's what it is, isn't it? Yeah. He wasn't wearing a helmet. It was a devil-may-care attitude, and I think you just put your finger on the pulse of the situation. He's so rich. He's got everything at the tip of his fingers that life has lost a little bit of its zest. Mm-hmm. And now with these e-bikes, he's trying to find a little bit of that excitement. He's trying to bring it back again at a very drastic cost.
Question, he lives in California, right? Because in California, my understanding is that you do have to wear a helmet.
Oh,
in Arizona, Simon, it's not a law that you have to, we go crazy thinking like, what the hell are you guys thinking about? But he first didn't wear a helmet.
Nope.
And second, I mean, he was
breaking the law.
Yeah. He was breaking the law because he was not wearing a helmet.
Yeah, and then it's not much of a victimless crime either. He was his own victim.
I mean, if something happens to him, I mean, he's looking for it, and I mean, we can be sorry if something were, because I mean, that's what they said. He was lucky to be alive. So if he dies, that's on him.
Well, I tell you what, final note, Simon Cowell, for a man that has everything, I can understand you needing to find some excitement wherever you can. I mean, look at Hugh Hefner. Look at what the man had to do in order for him to have a little bit of excitement in his life. You just sometimes have to turn up the dial when you're one of these multi-million-dollar moguls that just has lost really any drive to, get any more. I mean, I guess the drive for more is always there, but I think he's definitely getting to the point where it's just nothing's enough for him.
See, but now it's like the pain. Like one thing is for him to get back to normal. I mean, probably to normal, but he's going to be in pain. I mean, you're talking about an accident that probably instead of like him living until he's 80, 90 in a good life, feeling good, now he's going to be probably in constant pain because of that.
Which brings up the question, is that something that he was actually intending? Is he somewhat of a closet sadist? Hey, just asking questions. Guys, there's no right answer, there's no wrong answers, but there's definitely your opinion. Please don't just subscribe to this channel, even though we will be doing this back and forth on a daily basis, but lend your voice to the show. It'll make it a whole lot more fun. Guys, remember, it doesn't matter what challenges come your way today. It doesn't matter what obstacles that you may face. You just need to remember one thing.
Give him hell.
Happy Hump Wednesday, everybody.